before the game, I mentioned it was eye-opening. Cease was going Game 3. I rescind that question. What did you think of King?
I think he was special tonight. I was talking to Darren on the way up here. First debut, I think I'm getting this right, first debut pitcher in a playoff game to throw 7 innings with no walks and no runs scored. Clearly a lot of strikeouts, 12 punch-outs. So thought he was fantastic. Everything was working. His misses were where he wanted them to be. I thought him and Iggy were on the same page. And, I mean, he was really good sinker. You could see a lot of movement. Changeup was filthy, and the sweeper slider was good as well. He really pitched exceptionally well.
Barry.
Hey, Mikey, any sort of thought about bringing him back out with 89 pitches, or was that just it?
That was it. He had done his part. He'd gone over 100 a couple times. We have a good bullpen. He'd done his part. About to turn over the lineup for the 4th time. So his night was done and done in very, very impressive fashion.
Jeff, up here in the front.
What kind of tone did Tatis set there in that first inning?
Yeah, it was pretty special. Louis said it, right from the beginning, boom, laser to left, and Ty didn't waste any time. Got a pitch you can handle, put a big boy swing on it. So that was huge to get us up. And, nice to add on that second inning, too, with some good at-bats. And Solano good at-bat, and Higgy with a sac fly. And, of course, Higgy was damaged later. So, that was enough.
You were in the visiting dugout when Tatis hit his first postseason home run.
Really?
Might have been
Yeah, it was.
might have been a few dozen people in the stands. How did this compare, the way this place erupted?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to talk about the Friar faithful, man. We knew they were going to show up. We knew they were going to get after it, but this was really, really electric night. Electric scene, really loud. This place gets so loud, and they're just into it. And it's as loud a stadium as we're going to play in, and it's good to have it on our side. Relative to the different homers, I mean, that was clearly a big homer in Game 2, 3-run homer. But this one was clearly in front of, a jam-packed house.
Up here in the front on the right side.
Any opinion or reaction about Kyle Higashioka giving this work with King, with the rest of the bullpen, and also giving another home run to take advantage?
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, he had the sac fly earlier. Again, him and Michael have worked well all year together. He's done a nice job acclimating to Adam in the bullpen, and I just thought he did a nice job complete game for Higgy all the way around. And, nice job by Suarez, too. We may get to that, but I thought he threw the ball very, very well. Got a little soft single, but after that got, soft ground ball and the ground ball that made him make a nice play to end it. So just good team, clean game.
Any last ones for Mike? We'll go back to Jeff here.
The at-bats after, I think it was Shawver left. I mean, what did you think of the approach and before Higgy's home run?
Well, they put together some innings where we couldn't, do anything consistently. Their bullpen did a nice job, and, Bummer got us on the ground a little bit, and we just weren't able to string anything together.
Did that ever feel like a team over there that had flown across the country and endured what they had the last 48 hours or so?
It didn't for me. They're professional and they're a lot of good players, so we knew they were going to show up.
Michael, just how did you feel tonight? I mean, you had a bunch of strikeouts. You were on today, and just what was the feeling going when you hit the mound?
Felt good. The sweeper felt good in the bullpen, so I wanted to use that a little bit more than I normally do. Fastball command was good, glove side, so I think it opened it up for some more chase over there. Higgy had a great game, calling pitches, and obviously the home run was huge. So just a good game to build off to start this season or postseason.
When did you know? Is there a point where you guys know, oh, this I'm on tonight, or how does that kind of go for you guys?
I'd say the adrenaline kicks in as I'm walking in from the bullpen, and then you got to see how that first pitch is, So it took a little bit of time. I know I had 3 strikeouts in the first, so Higgy said we got to save some strikeouts. But then it was just staying on the attack and going after their aggressiveness.
Barry, and then to Jeff.
Hey, Mike, going back to the Yankees, how much of your relationship with Higgy over there started and then carried over here?
All of it. Yeah, we played together in the minor leagues, and he's one of my favorite teammates I've had. He's awesome to work with as a pitcher-catcher relationship, and to see him hit bombs like that, I've been seeing it since 2018. So it's he's a special character that is needed in every locker room, and he's been a huge part for us this year.
Do you watch what the Yankees are doing? I mean, yeah, I'm sure you have plenty of friends still over there, and they're having a great year this year as opposed to last year. And you're kind of like bifurcated on both coasts there?
Yeah, still got a bunch of buddies over there, so I definitely pay attention to my buddies. I'll usually watch all my guys' outings, and then and we check in with each other, and they're having a great year, and I wish them all the best.
Jeff.
Was there a point where you kind of normalized the game? Like, it just, you settle into a groove and it became just like any other game this season?
Probably not, actually. I talked to Ruben before the game that I felt like I had success as a reliever because I wanted that big moment. I wanted to come in big situations. So I think feeling that pressure from the start of the game was something that I wanted to use to my advantage and build off of. So feeling the crowd noise, knowing how big postseason games are, it all played into my mentality throughout the whole game.
How did the volume go up when Tatis hit the home run?
Oh, I was saying, when I was sitting in the dugout with Higgy, I couldn't see Toddy, and I heard it, and because the crack of the bat was louder than the fans, you knew it was hit really hard. And then I looked up, and I thought it was going out of the stadium. The thing was mashed. So huge for me and my attack plan to have a 2-run lead right after the first inning, and also huge to get Toddy going because he's going to be a huge piece for us this postseason.
Did you notice the "Let's Go King" chant, or were you made aware of it as you finished the 7th inning?
I did not. Ruben told me about it after the 7th inning, so it was cool.
Marty in the back towards the middle.
Well, you spoke how excited you were to go ahead and pitch in a regular postseason game here at Petco Park from these fans. What was a like night for you from start to finish? Did it exceed your expectations? Is it what you expected?
Totally exceeded it. I mean, the towels were really fun. I even think the intros were something that I didn't realize was going to be so loud and so cool. Hearing them for literally everybody on our roster, including staff, go nuts every time they were announced. It was really special. And yeah, pitching in front of them is something that I absolutely love doing. I'm really happy we had home field for the wild card because I think it's a really tough place to play as an opponent.
And how much did that Tatis loss just give you take some pressure off your shoulders early on?
I forget what Higgy and I talked about. We were facing Laureano first in the top of the second, and instead of the pitch that we wanted to go to, I said, let's just go backdoor sinker and stay on the attack. I didn't want to get too cute and throw off-speed pitches. So the fact that we were able to get a 2-run lead that quickly makes it so then I can really attack with my fastball and stay ahead of the counts and really put the pressure on.
Ended up here on the left side.
Mikey, after the 4th or the 7th innings, you allowed just the one base runner. Was that about the time you feel like kind of settled into your game plan?
Yeah. I felt like there was a couple soft contacts early. It's not like I was getting hit around in the first couple, so I felt like I was able to continue to keep the confidence. But the pitches that I was missing over the plate were hits in those first couple innings, and then I felt like I was really limiting the misses, whether it's pulls across the plate or just leaving them middle. So it allowed Higgy to really go to the game plan because I was able to execute it.
And then during the broadcast, they showed the quote that you had to the New York Post back when the trade happened that the Padres won. Is this proof of that?
I guess we'll see come Halloween.
And last one's Mike. We'll go back to Jeff here in the front. Go to the right side.
You got past 180 innings today. Anyone point that out to you, and how do you feel physically?
Felt great. I was joking. I think I hit a 97, and that's one of the hardest pitches I've thrown all year. Obviously, the adrenaline kicks in for that. But, yeah, my ultimate goal is getting 200 at the end of the postseason, so I think there's still a chance for that.
On the right side on the
Mike,
aisle.
this side for the Spanish press, but I want to try to do this in English. You came to the first pitcher with 12 strikeouts in your first postseason career, no runs, no walkouts. When you knew that you're going to be open in this game, do you dream it like this?
It definitely was pretty close. I think I dreamed of a perfect game instead of a few hits that I gave up. But I mean, to get up 1-0 in a 3-game series is huge, and that was the goal, and we accomplished that. So we got our horse Joe tomorrow, and I got a lot of confidence in us tomorrow.
And we'll finish up in the second row, in the middle.
What did it mean to have a performance like this in front of your parents? Your parents kept on being shown on the broadcast. Just what did that mean to have that in front of them?
I saw when I was watching in between innings on the iPad, it would cut from the stands into the pitch that I was going to watch. And Higgy knows my parents well, and Higgy was like, "Oh, there's Jim." So it was funny to see my parents' faces, but I'm also trying to lock in. So I'll enjoy it with them now. I hope that it doesn't distract me in the future.
Toddy, you hit your first playoff home run. There was nobody in the stands here in 2020. Can you compare that scene to what played out today?
Totally different. But, man, this crowd is unbelievable. I mentioned earlier, that's what I was waiting for, just the energy that people was going to bring. And San Diego definitely show up. And, man, it was just a feedback from the energy that they brought.
How did that make you feel, especially running out to right field, the way you've been doing all season, but in the playoffs?
It's very rewarding. It's one of the most beautiful sides of the game can bring to a baseball player, and just making your crowd going crazy is what we dream of a kid. Hitting a home run in a clutch spot and in a postseason, meaning something is definitely what you work for, and then those are definitely memories you're gonna take forever.
Go here in the middle, in the second row.
When you hit that home run, you kind of fell off balance a little bit, and then you kind of stared at it. Just were you surprised by how hard you hit it and how far it went?
I know it was gonna go out. I didn't know it was gonna land on the second deck just because how high it was. But yeah, I slipped a little bit on the plate. Just my back foot just came out, but I was fortunate enough to keep my back path where I wanted, and next thing we know, the ball was in the stands.
How exciting is it for you to be back in the playoffs?
And man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful energy. I love this type of situation. It definitely brings the best out of me, and just looking forward to way more experience like this.
What did you think about Michael King's performance tonight?
It was amazing. It was amazing. He definitely set the tone for us. He gave us the confidence that we needed as a group, as an offense. And just him going out there, showing the door for 7 innings, man, that's all you can ask for a starter. And just a great work from what he has been doing all year.
Scott.
Fernando, obviously last time the Padres were in the playoffs, you couldn't play. How long have you been waiting for the moment, like your first at bat tonight in that home run? And how much of those emotions went into that first at bat?
Yeah, since 2020, I got a small taste of what is postseason baseball in the big leagues, and I was definitely looking forward to play again in those situations, especially with fans in it. And before the game, all those memories came back. Everything that I went through, how it bounced back. Just the type of player that I am, and just doing that is just an amazing feeling of all the hard work and just all the training that I put out there with my body.
Barry.
Hey, how aware are you of Padre history? The fact that they haven't been to the World Series in 26 years. They've won one World Series game in their history. If you guys can take this to the end, you're really doing something historic.
Yeah, of course. Definitely paying attention to that, and it will mean the world for us, to carry this team all the way to the World Series and win it out there. But before that, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We definitely know the special group that we have over here, but it's about taking care of the next day. We won today, but it's already over at midnight, and it's about coming tomorrow and doing it again, and then after that, next series. And but I'm definitely confident of the group that we have, the talent, the pitching, and just looking forward to definitely going to the World Series.
And for you, how much of the memory of Peter Seidler hangs over all of this?
he's in the front of it. You know, me and Pete definitely had a relationship. Like stuff that probably nobody knew is like when I had my surgeries and you know I got my suspension. Like Peter was sitting in my house with me in the afternoon after all my surgeries. He came a couple of times to my house and had beautiful conversation with him of how San Diego was going to look the next 3 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and you know what he has for the city and the love that he had for all of us. It was just unconditional, and like we're definitely doing this for him, and we're definitely pushing harder for him, especially myself. And you know, every step that I go from here in my career here in San Diego, he's definitely going to be in my right shoulder, popping every single special moment.
Thank you.
Marty in the back on the right.
Fernando, you've had some big home runs. Have you hit a ball harder than you did tonight?
That's a great question. Probably need to look at numbers, but it definitely felt like one of the best. I don't know if that was one of the hardest or farthest, but it definitely in the top list of my favorite home runs of all the time.
And what's the feeling in the clubhouse when you guys have Joe Musgrove going tomorrow?
Man, all the confidence in the world. We know what Joe is capable of, and you know the defense is going to be all behind him, especially in the offense. It's going to be there, but you know when Joe takes the ball, it's always special, especially in postseason. Everybody has seen what he's capable of and how he showed himself in those moments, and yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow and what's going to happen.
One more in English on the left.
Tell you not to belabor the home run, but that was a first pitch fastball. Were you going to ambush that no matter what with your first swing back here?
Oh, definitely. I was going for it probably before he released the pitch. But, yeah, looking for my fastball. He left it out of the plate and have definitely great results.